Hello and welcome to Akshew's Kitchen. Today you'll see how to prepare the very famous Thiruppathi Laddu, for which we will need the following ingredients. 100 grams of gram flour, that is besan, 200 grams of sugar, 3 tablespoons of chopped cashew nuts and 2 tablespoons of raisin, 4 to 5 whole green cardamoms, 50 grams of candy sugar, that is karkande, and 2 small pieces of raw camphor. This is not the usual camphor you use for puja. It is a raw camphor you get in the groceries. Try to use very little. 2 small pieces is enough, or else it will give a very strong flavor if used excess. First I am going to transfer the gram flour into a bowl and add enough water to this and prepare a thick batter. You should not prepare a very dilute batter. If it is very dilute, it will absorb too much of oil. So prepare a very thick batter like this. It should not flow very easily, but it should be very thick. Next, in a pan I am going to add about a cup of ghee, which is very important for Thiruppathi Laddu. That is the key ingredient and secret for the taste of the Thiruppathi Laddu. And when it melts, I am going to take about a spoon of the prepared batter and run it through a slotted spoon. You can see the batter is so thick. If it is in a running consistency, it will fall very easily. That's what we usually do for the normal laddus, but it will absorb too much of oil. So because we are using ghee here, I don't want to absorb too much of ghee. That's the reason I am using a very thick batter, and I'm rubbing the batter with the spoon so that it flows down drop by drop at least. And you can see the difference in color of the bundi. For the normal laddus, when you fry in the oil, it will be very yellow and golden in color. Now you can see the difference in the darkness of the color. So once the bubbling has stopped and it's get cooked, I'm going to drain it out and keep it aside. And in the same ghee, I'm going to fry the cashew nuts and raisins. I have completed all the batter. In the remaining ghee, I'm frying the cashew nuts and raisins, and when it turns golden in color, I'm going to take this also and keep it aside. I'm preparing very little quantity of the laddu, just 100 grams of flour in 1 cup of ghee, that's all. Now for the sugar syrup, I'm going to add the 200 grams of sugar in a pan and add about 1 cup of water to this and allow it to come to a boil. Once it starts boiling, I'm going to pour it on the prepared bundis. You need not prepare the single string consistency and all. You will need only a medium sugar syrup. If it is too thick in the single string consistency, the laddus will become very hard. So I've poured it in the bundis and allow it to soak for about 10 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to crush the green cardamoms and the small piece of camphor using a pestle. I'm just going to crush it. I'm not going to grind it into a fine powder or like that. Just crush it, and once it's crushed well, I'm going to add the sugar candy as well, and again just crush it until it becomes coarse in texture but not a fine powder. You should feel the pieces of sugar candy in the laddu. Just crush it 1 by 2, and then I'm going to add that to the already soaked bundis and give it a good mix. You can see the bundis are absorbed the sugar syrup and it is little dry now. Also add the sugar candy, cardamom and the camphor mixture. Give it a good mix, and finally I'm also going to add the fried cashew nuts and raisins to this and give a final mix, and the laddu mixture is ready. I'm going to prepare small round balls out of this, and Thiruppathi Laddu is ready. This is a very tasty recipe just because of the amount of ghee it has in it. You can see the exact replica in color, texture, everything. It resembles the Thiruppathi Laddu. The taste is also 95 to 96% equal. This is a very unique recipe, loved by everyone. Try it and you'll really like it. Thank you for watching Akshew's Kitchen.